Hanging out here in Phelps today with Nick Guererri. He had an abbreviated season in 2021. We'll get to that in just a moment. Only got in 16 races, but 12 of them were top fives. Started his year, by the way, in January with a win down in South Carolina. But he had something happen to him over the course of the season that caused him to pause and I think maybe even kind of reevaluate where he was. We'll get to that a little bit, but first we're here at Phelps Cement Products. Man, I love this fireplace. I could hang out here all day, Nick, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's a good spot to be over here in the wintertime.
Yeah, it is. I can imagine. So what do you actually do here, just out of curiosity?
Sales. We do inside sales, so take a lot of phone calls, a lot of orders, walk-in customers, foundation block, basement block for, housing projects, commercial buildings, things like that. And then we also deal with residential fireplace sales, chimneys, all that kind of work during the wintertime too. And then once we get into spring and summer, we're into pavers, sidewalks, fire pits, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Nick was in sales before, so now we're not selling jeans anymore. We're just selling something else. So, and probably a product you feel a little better about, right?
yeah, a little something that's it's a little different, change of pace, but selling. You just know your product and go from there.
Yeah, and always ask for the sale many times, right? That's what I worked in sales myself for a little while. So it looked like things were going pretty well for you. Let's go back to before the Weedsport deal. Looked like you were having a pretty good season at that point.
We had a really good season going. Like you said, we started down in at Lakeview, South Carolina. We had a 2-day show down there. We won right out of the box. We had a new car to us. So we picked up the win the first night. We finished second the second night. So that was huge for us, gave us some momentum coming back to home. Like you said, we had 16 shows total. 12 of them were top fives.
That's pretty good.
We had a bunch of seconds, some thirds. We were sitting second in points to my brother up at Atlanta Legends. So I would have liked to finish the year out, but that night at Weedsport finished it off and kind of ended a little short for us.
Of course, SuperGen Products helped us get out here today. Make sure to ask for the Racers Special 9,000 generator. Because I know you know a lot about these
generators. I know, we sell a lot of generators.
And the 4,200 pressure water. These are prices that Nick can't even get you. So call them, and they'll give you an unbelievable special deal just because you mentioned you saw it right here on this deal. So let's go to Weedsport. Obviously, you're feeling pretty good. You're coming to Weedsport where everybody who's anybody goes for a sportsman race. What went wrong?
Yeah, we were feeling good. We ran the Sportsman Classic, the 75 lapper, I think a couple weeks before that, finished third. So we went back again, time trialed. I'm not a very good time trialer. I think we ended up fourth or somewhere around there. We made a pass for third and coming down the front straightaway, got hooked by another car and turned into the outside fence. Ended up rolling the car pretty bad and tore the frame up, and pretty much junked that car. So we had a nasty concussion. So I was down and out for about a week, and then we parked it after that, and that was it for the year.
How do you know you have a concussion? Did you know right away?
I didn't. I climbed out of the car. I don't know if it was adrenaline or what it was.
Well, people tell me that. Yeah, you just want to get out of the car and you're.
Yeah, and I thought I was fine. I took the ride back to the ambulance, and they checked me over, and I felt fine. And I got looking the car over, and about 15 minutes later, I felt dizzy, so I sat down. A couple people walked over to me, and I didn't know who they were. It's people that I should have known who they were. So I went up to the front of the hauler, got sick a few times, and then I said, okay, that's it. We should probably go to the hospital and get looked at. So we got transferred up to Syracuse up there and ended up with a concussion.
How do they treat that, or is it just time a lot of times?
Just time. They just had to do the basic checks, the CAT scans and things like that.
Make sure your brain didn't swell or something.
Make sure that was all good, and it was. So you just kind of take it easy. No more shots to the head or, the fast moving, this and that. Just kind of take it easy for a little while.
Does it take them a while to clear you after that? To say, okay, you can get in the race car a week from today, or how does that work?
Yeah, not really, because they're not too up on the motorsports deal to know how the safety equipment works and this. True. And every time you say, you're racing, they think NASCAR, and So it's tough to explain. So they kind of just tell you to take it easy for a little while, and then when you feel like you're back 100%, then go back at it.
So So they ask you what happened. What did you say?
Yeah, you just explain to them, that you're racing on the track, and they're asking you how fast you went. Right. And, did they have to cut you out? Did it,
Okay,
did
so
you have your seatbelt on? That kind of thing.
At that point, right? Did they look at your helmet and things like that too?
The safety crew did at the track. They were really good, very helpful over at Weedsport. So I got to thank those guys for all the assistance there. But yeah, they were really good about that, checking everything over and check the safety equipment out, helmet. Hans, all that stuff they checked after.
Were there any marks on the helmet at all?
No, just a little scratch, and that was about it.
So you the headrest, hit the cage at some point when you.
Yeah, the headrest on the seat was bent out a little bit, but that was about it.
That's true, because with today's full containment seats, you don't hit that anymore. You hit the side of the full containment seat, don't you?
That's right.
Was it tough getting out? 'Cause were you upside down when you landed, or on your side? Or
It was half upside down on the side kind of deal, but there was enough room, and
on the left side or the right side?
On the left side.
That had to be tough to get out.
Yeah, well, that's usually where they climb in on the left side, so there was more space there, so we were able to sneak out that side.
Well, I've seen guys who have gotten on that, and then depending on how the roof goes, you may not be able to get out without some kind of assistance, right? But that was not the deal this time.
No, there was luckily some room to get out of there, and it's scary when you're sitting upside down and you can't get out. So I was happy that there was room to get out of there.
So after you started not feeling so foggy again and everything, I saw a lot of people saying, "Okay, Nick, don't worry, we'll get you back. We'll help you come back." And you said no. Did it take you a while to arrive at that decision, or was that an easy decision for you to make, not to return?
At that point, it was pretty easy for me. I made it. I know when emotions are high, you don't want to make any decisions. But when I was laying in the hospital, not knowing how bad the injury was or anything like that, I said, you know what, I have a baby on the way in August.
And this was July?
Yeah, I think it was July. Okay. The car was destroyed, so right then I knew we were rebuilding mode. It wasn't fix a couple parts here and there. It was strip it down, put all your parts in something else, start from scratch. I didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, baby
and
on the way.
Could have delivered a week later for all you knew, right?
That's right.
So,
and I knew I couldn't do it in a week, so it's going to take us on any point contention that we were in. So there was no really rush to get back. So I said, you know what? My family races, my brother, my uncle, cousins. So I can still go to the track. I can still help out, be with my friends. So that's what we did.
Was there a discussion between you and your girlfriend on whether you would come back or not? Or did you just assume you would?
At first, it made me think hard at first about it, and then
I've got a baby, somebody depending on me.
Yeah, and those first couple weeks back at the track, just looking at helping my brother out, my uncle and those guys, and being around, I missed it a lot. I didn't think that I would, but being at the track, I think made it even tougher. And then looking back at it, there's a lot of people that reached out that you didn't think would. People that tell you, we miss seeing you on the racetrack. Yeah. I hope you're coming back. My grandpa, one of them, asking, are you coming back? Are you coming back? And you don't really think about that when you make a decision. Like, I'm going to be done. It's not just for you. There's a lot of people that, that's what they look forward to all week long, going to watch the race, coming to the shop to help, riding to the track with you, having a drink after the races, things like that. So it's not just a decision you make for yourself. It's a lot of people that goes along with it. And Mercedes has been pretty supportive of what I do and the decisions I make. So she basically told you the decision is yours. I'll support you either way, pretty much. Yeah, and I think that was
feel good.
Yeah, it was good, and like you said, we had a baby, Everly, back in August, so racing might look a little different for us. We might just stick to the Saturday night deal up at Canandaigua, and not chase a lot of the midweeks and the here and there on Sundays and things like that. So we'll probably hang low, go race at Canandaigua, and if there's a the camping trip or a family event that comes up on a Saturday, we'll go do that and put racing in the back burner for now.
Yeah, because your life has changed and probably for the better and changed your perspective on things too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you're doing well. The baby's doing well. Mercedes is doing well. Everybody's good?
Yeah, everybody's doing well. A little less sleep, but everybody's doing good, and it's been an experience.
And we do have something we're working on at the shop, or no?
Oh, we will. We will here in another couple weeks. Yeah, we purchased a car from Matt Williamson. A very good car. He's won a lot of races with, so I'm pretty excited about that and getting that in the shop and getting it going.
It's the Bluey guys that'll subscribe every time we're talking to somebody cool. Nick, I appreciate your time, man. I'm glad things are going well. I was super worried about you when you heard about it, so I'm glad you're doing well, and the future is bright, man. Nice job.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.